This is the Ultra Shear T-Track Track Saw Track Clamp Slat Cutter. Whew, that was a mouthful. This bit here is the one I recommend, highly recommend, urge you to use for all of the smart plants. I don't care how far back they go and what I said, this is the one. Okay, that's it. That's all I need to communicate in this video, but it's really important. It's breaking news because I have been busy in the Smart Woodshop. You can tell from all of these slots cut in the Smart Bench. What's that all about? Router being used as a production, much like a big expensive computer-driven one. The new dual router table, the single router table that I did just before that, router fence. Those are 3 new plans that just went up. When I made the videos showing you how to build them, I was learning about this bit and another bit, and I made different recommendations. But now I've been using these things and I've made adjustments. So it's this bit that I recommend. And again, this is gonna go to all of the older smart plans as well. The station, the crosscut, everything. This is the only bit you need. Now, if you're interested in why, I'll give you a little history of the different T-slot cutters I have recommended. I recommend 100% that you make your own T-track, especially for the Smart Woodshop tools. Having them embedded as integrated part of the tool is much more efficient. It's better use of your resources. It works better, and it gives a lot more flexibility for design than embedding a metal T-track. Metal T-tracks are great. I've used them, but since I started making my own a few years ago, it's all I use. And none of them have failed. First in the lineup of the bits I recommended goes way back to the beginning. I think we're going back to the Paulk Smart Router Table, which was current until just a few days ago. This was the cutter I recommended back then. Just a couple of years ago, when I was at the Florida Fixer, somebody in the Smart Woodshop had recommended a bit. I got a hold of it, and it was this one from Whiteside. It made a larger slot, and it allowed me to use clamps. It was better than this original one, so I went with that and I recommended it. Within weeks or a month or two, I changed to this one. Now this one and this one, my second recommendation, my third recommendation, did not change the design. The reason I recommended this one was because it was less money. Then in the last few months, I've been really busy in the shop doing a lot of fun things. I was learning about these 2 bits from Ultra Shear. I don't know how old they were. Somebody from the Smart Fam recommended I look at them. I went ahead and ordered the pair, and I started cutting with them and figuring things out while I was evolving this other design. And I was gonna stick with my number 3 recommendation when these came along, and I decided that I would go with bit number 4, which you'll hear recommendations in some of those videos for this one. When you cut your slot with this hex head bit from Ultra Shear, hex head bolts will slide in it, but they won't rotate. So that allows you to use a standard hex head bolt and not have to come up with a T-track bolt or any kind of expanded head bolt. And when you go to tighten your knob or put your clamp down, it will not spin, it traps it. I recommended that one, it made all kinds of sense. I cut that one on the prototype dual router table, and then I actually cut it on the new dual as well. That's what led me to changing to the final option that I'm recommending now. While this hex head one worked really well in all my testing, when I went to having 2 tracks that have to work together, like in a fence, and I go to adjust it, it would hang up a little bit. The hex head would kind of stick if you weren't exact. You had to be very, very careful to move them exactly parallel. You got one off a little bit, it was just gonna hang up. There was no margin for error. And that was a big deal because I was trying to adjust my fence just a little bit and it would jump, or I'd have to really loosen everything and pull on it. So I figured, well, I'll just go back and forth and wear it in, and that did help a little bit. So because of that, I made a couple of test cuts with the one I'm recommending now. This is the one that accepts the clamp. So this cut here, if I put a hex head in, it will spin. Not much bigger, but it's just enough. It'll spin. It will not trap the head. but it will allow you to use a track clamp or an F clamp. These are those ones that are kind of a little dovetail shape. So you can slide those in and do clamping with it. So you have that flexibility, which I like. I don't use that a lot, or at least I haven't. I've got something in the future here where I'm going to be using that a lot specifically for that. But at the time, I wasn't really giving that much need because I have the MFT system. I just have an infinite number of clamping options that I didn't really see much need to have the T-slots cut in the rest of the bench. But I pulled out some of these track clamp bolts. These are the ones that are like a toilet flange bolt. And when I put it in the clamp, it goes real smooth. And there's not much to catch on it. It's very smooth to move. But when you go to tighten it, there's a little play, but it hits there and it will not spin. So I tested these. I recut the ones on the dual router table because these are slightly bigger. I was able to go right over the other ones. When I loosened the knobs, and that's another issue I'm going to tell you about in just a minute, why these are knobs instead of clamps. I'm able to easily move it. It doesn't trap on me. And then when I tighten it down, it snugs up really good. It's important that a router fence you've got your routing going on, you don't want it to vibrate loose. So that tightens up good. And then when I want to make a small adjustment on my router fence, I always do that on one side. So I lock in the input side, I get it as close as I can parallel, but then for the fine tuning, I loosen one side and I'm able to move it just incrementally. And I keep enough friction on it that it doesn't just go far. I can just push it just a little bit and then crank it down and it's not going to move. Sometimes I'll even make a light pencil mark so that I can see if I'm going to go that way, I can see how far I go. So I get the best of both worlds by using the little bit larger bit for the clamps. I get the clamps, I get the smoothness of operation that I didn't get with the hex head when I'm doing parallel slots mountings, which is more than just the router fence, a lot of reasons for that. And it traps the head the way the hex head bolt did, as long as I use those T-track bolts. Another very nuanced thing that you might have noticed, that I'm using these knobs instead of these cam clamps. Now I went to these cam clamps a few years ago and I've absolutely loved them, and I have about 30 of these. But when I went to this system where it traps the head, I am finding that with the knob, I have more fine tuning, and especially when I want to bump one just a little bit loose and move it a little bit, I don't have that as much refinement with this. Not bad, but I found that in testing that this actually was superior, again, in a very, very small way. This is a nuanced thing, but the good news is that these knobs are a lot less expensive than these clamps. I think I get about 10 or 12 of these in a package for what one pair of these cost. So I find that these function better than these, and these cost a lot less than these. And for me, that's a win-win. In my store, Ron's store at thesmartwoodshop.com, I have all of these tools that I mentioned. But to make it easy, I'm going to put a direct link for the Ultra Shear bit, just this one that I'm recommending, the T-track bolt that I'm recommending, and the knob that I'm recommending. If you want to find out about this or the new tools that are coming, then be sure to subscribe and ring the bell. Also, give this video a thumbs up if you learned anything, if you liked it, if you like this kind of video. But most important, help us grow the channel by sharing this video with at least one other woodworker you know. And you know the drill. If you want to get any of the smart plans, the smart bench, the station, the carts, the cradles, the crosscut jig, the panel rig, any of those things, or the Smart Woodshop itself, there's a link in the description to this video down below. We made it so easy. You click on that link, you make your purchase of plan or packages of plans, and within minutes, you'll get an email from us with a link. You'll click on that link and download the plans, and this goes on 24/7, 365. Thanks for hanging out with me in the Smart Woodshop. See you on the next one.